start with what is called as the square prism. What is called as square prism? It is a basic class. The square prism will be like this. The cross section will be square. This is, all these sides will be equal. And other side, it is not visible to you. I am going to show it by a dotted. Other side, it is not visible to you. Now let me name it as A, B, C, D. And similarly, the top one I am going to name it as A, B, C, D. But ABCD will get confused. So always to the base, we write it as A1, B1, C1 and D1. And apart from that, we have another one extra thing in this. What is that? The axis. So once if you are going to, please look here, if you are going to draw the diagonal and intersect at a particular point, that will be called as the axis, this point here. So that point I am going to take here. Please look, the point I am going to starting from there. It is called the axis of the axis. It is called axis. Okay, it is called axis. So now please look here. It is called longer edge, and this is called base edge, or simply we can say it is a smaller edge, shorter edge. Last, I'll just entertain this person. Okay, it's also called a shorter edge, and these are called the corners, and these A, B, C, these are called the corners, and this is called lateral surface. Lateral surface. Lateral surface, and this is called the axis line. This is called as axis line. So these are all the, and this is called the bottom surface, this is called the top surface. Now similarly, if you are talking about the cone, if you are talking about the cone, if you are talking about the pyramid, okay, I am going to talk about the square pyramid. I am going to take a square pyramid. Please look here. I am going to take a square pyramid and join this. We will get the axis point here and the axis point to top. Some height I am going to take. Now let me construct the pyramid. And many of us will be confusing themselves. Instead of pyramid, they'll make it as a prism. Instead of prism, they'll make it as a pyramid. In the examination, please take care. Kindly take care. And this is the axis line. And here also it is called square pyramid. Square pyramid, because it is having the apex at the top. It will be having the apex at the top. These are called the base edges, or simply we can say these are the edges, or simply we can say edge. And these are called the corners, and this is called a slant edge. This is called slant edge, and this is called triangular surface. or simply we can say it is slant surface. Slant surface. Okay, like this. These are all the different terms we'll be using in while doing the problems. Okay. Now let me take the square prism. Let me take a square prism. The square prism will be like this. You can see. Just visualize that I am writing it for you people. All of you kindly give attention and see this. All these problems are very important. Okay, and it is a square prism. It is not a pyramid, it is prism. Now let me use a thin line and find out the axis point, where the axis point is. Okay, the axis point will be coming here and is also coming here. And now let me draw the axis line. Okay, let me draw the axis line from here. Now naming it, how easy it is, just I'll be showing you how to name it. Okay, let me take this as A and this as B, this as C and this as D. And similarly the A and A, this will be A and this will be B and this will be C and this will be D. Okay, and here it is a point O and this is point O. In naming any problems are there, please ask me. Please ask me, in naming any problems are there. Now the person is going to look from this end. Okay, the person look from this end, and now what happens? I am going to, this is for the front view. This is for the front view, and person look from the top. Okay, but the person is looking from the top, and this will be the top view. Top view. Now let me take XY line. Okay, I'll take XY line. Or let me take somewhere here. But the indication which I am going to use, different color, it will be thin line. Okay, so now let me take a line. XY line I have taken. Okay, or if you cannot able to visualize, I'll use the dark line only. And this is X, this is Y, and this will be vertical plane. On this the front will be visible, and this is the horizontal plane. On this the top will be visible. If you look from the top, if I look from the top here, then this square will be visible like this. If you look from the top, the square will be visible like this. The square is visible like this. Now let me make it dark. This is the square prism. Okay, and if you get confused, what I'll do, I'll write neatly once again. Okay, I'll write neatly once again. See here, I am going to write a square. Going to write a square. Please make a note. As soon as I do the problem, kindly make a note of this. I am not telling any stories here. All of you have to write properly. Okay. And now look into this. Look into this diagram, and you can see here. Here you can see the A, B, C, D. I am going to write. So here I am going to write A. From the top, if you see, from the top, if you see, the A will be visible in the first and A1 will be in bracket. So A in bracket A1. And similarly from the top, if I see, this will be B in bracket B1, not dash. And similarly C in bracket C1. And similarly D in bracket D1. And here we have the axis point. Simply I am not going to locate. What you have to do? You have to draw these diagonals by thin line. Draw this diagonal by thin line. And where you are going to intersect, that point will be called as the imaginary point. That will be axis point. And here it will be O in bracket O1. This is what I have written. And any doubts are there, please ask me up to here. All of you be open. It is an initial discussion. Anyone have any kind of problems, please let me know. I have written a square pyramid from the top of I see. From the top if I see, this will be square which will be visible. And this is point D, and below that D1 is there, so that D1 in bracket and A in bracket A1. Okay, A in bracket A1. Similarly, B in bracket B1 and C in bracket C1 and O in bracket O1, because this O1 is not visible to you. And always in the problem they are not giving us the height of this. The height of this is axis length. Axis length itself will be height of this, it will be showing. Okay. Now let me project a line. Okay, let me project from here. I have projected. And project from here and project the axis line. And they'll be giving us the axis height. Axis height is 50 mm, 40 mm, like that. They'll be giving us. Okay, based on that we have to select. Now let me take the axis. This square is, for example, 30 square. Now what you have to do here, simply you should not write 30. This will be indication of this, because the dimension will be carrying 3 marks. Okay, even this, if you want, you can write square 30, or simply you can use SQ 30, so that you can avoid writing the dimension both sides. Okay, now let me make it dark. This is the base, and go to the height of the axis. Okay, this is the axis height, and I am going to write it. Now please look here clearly. You look here. I am going to write the front view. The front view is person he is looking from this end, and it is visible to him first A. Please look here. The person is standing here. A will be here. Please carefully look at A will be here, and the bottom side A1 will be there. Okay, and to the back of this, you can see that this is A and this is A1 I have written. And to rear to this, we have D and D1. So just rear to this, D and D1. D1 will be there. And since it is a front view, it should be dash. This should be dash. Okay, and similarly B in bracket C, B dash in bracket C dash, and similarly B1 in bracket C1. This is B1 dash in bracket C1 dash. This is, and O and O, actually O and O should be written in the this one, the bracket, because the O will be here, but the axis itself is imaginary. I need not to write it. So this is how we are going to represent it. Okay, so please try to see carefully and try to write it. And next, while you are going to write, this is how one the square prism, the square pyramid the square prism is resting on one of its edges, that time this is the case. It is resting on one of its edges, that time it will be the case. And once it is resting on one of its the corner, then corner has to be taken this side. Now the construction of this is very simple. I will be telling you how to do the construction. How to do the construction I'll show. Okay. Take XY line. I have taken XY line. Take a suitable point. And suppose if it is given 30 mm, write a 30 mm length line. And vertically 30 mm length line you write. Then after this, what you can do, take this length, this as the center, draw the arc, and take this as center, draw the arc. We'll get this point, and this will be the square. This will be the square. And again, you draw the thin line, here, and you'll get the axis point. You'll get the axis point. Okay. And while doing it, I'll be showing the construction by using this simple method also. Okay. By using this simple method, I'll be showing you the construction. Now, I don't want to go to the pyramid. Let me go to complete this prism. Then we'll see next. Okay. Now, let me go to the problem. Do not look at the problem. You will get scared. It will be very simple. A square prism. Please look carefully whether it is a prism or a pyramid. Okay, it is prism or a pyramid. First attention is this only. It is a prism, square prism. Okay, square prism of sides of base. Square prism, 35 mm sides of base and 60 mm axis length. As I told you, always they will be giving you the axis length. They will be giving you the axis length, not this length. Axis length itself is the height of the prism. Axis length rests on HP with one of its corners. The important points I will be highlighting. It is resting on. It is a prism resting on one of its corners of the base. Okay, resting on one of its corners of the base, such that the two base edges containing the corner on which it rests make equal inclination with HP. And this point I told you in the previous class only. You need not to discuss more on this, because the two edges which are containing the corner on which rest, definitely it will be making equal inclination. Okay, this will be making equal inclination. We need not to worry about this. Draw the projections of the prism. Draw the projections of the prism when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree. When the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree. At 40 degree the axis is inclined to HP. Its inclination I can find it on the vertical plane and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. Appears to be, in the previous classes I told, appears to be the top view. We need not to think about the locus, directly you can start the problem. Okay. Now they have given us a square prism of 35 mm sides, a square prism of 35 mm sides and axis 60 mm, resting on one of its corners. So now as soon as I read the problem, I'll make a simple sketch here in the beginning. Okay, I'll make a simple sketch in the beginning. It is resting on one of its corners, so the corner should be taken. It is resting on one of its corners, square prism, and I have decided this is the corner on which I have to make it to rest. Okay, make it to rest. It is resting on corner and the axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree. And axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree, and another one also they have given us what? The axis is inclined at 40 degree and it appears to be at an angle of 45 degree in the VP. It appears to be 45 degree in the VP. So 40 appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree in VP. It is the axis. Axis is inclined at 45 degree. And the height is given to you. Height is 60 mm and the square prism is 30 mm. This is what they are given us. The problem, whole problem given to me is this. Any problem, you please ask me. A square prism, mostly it is 35 mm, I think. A square prism, 35 mm. Okay, it is 35 mm. A square prism, 35 mm sides of base, axis 60 mm, resting on one of its corners of the base, such that the axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree to the horizontal plane. That means it is inclined at an angle of vertical plane, and the axis appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to the vertical plane. This is what they have given us the problem is. Okay, now let me do this problem. A simple sketch work. Let me draw XY line first. Do not write other side. This side only I will be writing X, vertical plane, horizontal plane. The construction also I will be telling you. Please look here properly. Now you take one vertical line. Locate a point at an angle of 45 degree. Draw this line. At an angle of 45 degree, you draw this line. Then after this, at an angle of 90 degree, you take this line. You have taken this line at an angle of 90 degree. At an angle of 90 degree, I have taken this line. Then after this, here also already I have taken 45 degree. Here also you have taken 45 degree. Then join this. This will be 35 mm sides. All these sides will be 35 mm. 35 mm. 35. Okay. You understood my point? Pardon?
Can you tell the construction again, sir?
Yeah. You please ask me here only. Any problems are there? Any problems, kindly clarify your problems here only. Okay. Now draw one vertical and horizontal line. Initially, there are varieties of methods. You can follow any one method. I have drawn a horizontal line and vertical line. And from this point, take a line at an angle of 45 degree. I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. And here also I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. Okay, I have taken. So this will be forming 90 degree. And now you measure 35 mm height, this length, and measure 35 mm also. So definitely if you join them, it will be on the same line. Now take this length, mark here, and you will get other side also. Once again I'll explain. Please make the practice of writing it. Once again I'll explain. Please make practice. You write one line, a thin line. All these are thin lines. One horizontal and vertical line, and from here you take a line at an angle of 45 degree. And here I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. First point. Now measure this length, that will be equal to 35 mm length, and this also equal to 35 mm length. Now you just draw a thin line. I am going to draw here. Other half I am going to write. What I am doing is measure this length, mark over here, and join this. And this is how I have constructed the square when it is this particular corner is resting on. Now what I am doing, I am going to make it thick line. I am going to make it as a thick line. Let me take thicker line. I am doing the first problem slowly. try to understand carefully. You ask me any doubts are there. Step by step, I am going to explain you. Okay. Now, please do not look into the book. Whichever you feel like, you can take it as A. I have taken this as A in bracket A1, the bottom edge, and this is B in bracket B1, and this is C in bracket C1, and similarly I have taken this as a D in bracket D1. Then this point is O1. Now let me project these lines. Okay, by using the thin lines. I have projected here. Okay, I have projected. Okay, just 1 minute. I'll get a scale and explain you. It will be easier for you to understand. I'll get a scale. Okay, now what is the axis height they have given us? What is the height of the axis? 35 mm sides, and axis is
60 mm.
60 mm. Okay, now what I am doing is I am going to draw a line. All these I told you, the thin line first you write. I am going to write a thin line, a height of 65 mm. This is height of 65 mm. Okay, now what I am doing is you take a thick line. By taking a thick line, what I am doing is draw this and draw this vertical line. That will be equal to 65 mm. I have completed this. Okay. Okay, this height is equal to 60 mm. 60, no? This height is equal to 60 mm. 60? Yeah. And this will be a square. And this is a square. This dimension will be square 35 mm. Square 35 mm. I written initially. And now, initially, if I write these dimensions, what happens now? And it will be clashing with the lettering. So I don't want to write in the beginning. Please look here. The person is standing here, and now the A will be in the top. A1 will be in the bottom. So A1 dash and A dash. And here the person is sitting in the front. B is visible to him. And in bracket we have the D, and similarly here also it is B1 dash and D1 dash, and again here we have another one additionally O dash and O1 dash, and in here we can see that C dash and C1 dash. This is how I am going to name it. Okay, already I shown here. You can see here. You can look at the figure which I have drawn. You can look at the figure which I have drawn here. Look here. This is A. Okay, A here and A1 here. Okay, A1 here. You can look at this one. If you look from the front, A1, and back side or rear side we have D1. Similarly, B1 in the front and C1 in the back side. In the similar way, the same concept I am going to apply here. Okay, same complex, the method I have applied here. Okay, now. And the axis is inclined at angle of 40. How much? 40 degree. How much? The axis is inclined at an angle of 40 degree. 40 degree it is inclined. Please look here carefully. Other thing I wanted to tell you, a small thing. Once I want to make the axis to be at 40 degree, once this axis has to be at 40 degree, I want to write this like this. Okay. And please, one of you tell me what is this angle theta? This is 40 degree, this is theta, it is 90 degree. Correct, no? And 180 is equal to 40 plus 90 plus theta. What is theta? What is theta? 50. Okay. Instead of I measure the angle, I measure this angle. It will be very easy for me. Why? I'll show you. Because I have to locate the corner. Corner I am going to locate, so that I wanted to use this 50 degree, but I'll be writing the axis only. It will be easier for you, or if you want, you can use your convenient method also. What I'm doing is, take this point C here, carefully please look. C1 dash I am taking here and measure this length. Now already I know this angle is 50 degree. Already this angle is 50 degree. I measured already. Please do not write it. I have tried the axis length, axis only, not to this. Okay, 50 degree I have taken. Now take this length on this and mark over here. And take this length and mark over here. Okay, mark over here. Please be careful. Please be careful and try to do this. Okay, now take this length by your compass. Take this length by your compass and mark here. Okay, and from other side also you are going to mark it. You will get this point, and this will be the axis line. This will become the axis line. Axis line. Okay, and similarly, you take this length. Once again, I'll explain it. Mark here and take this length and by your compass and mark here. We'll get this point. Similarly, this length I am going to mark here by arc, and this length I am going to mark from here, and this will be other. Okay, and you are going to join this. You are going to join this. Once again, I'll explain this. I'll explain this once again. Please be careful, and if I tell you it looks like story, it will be looking very easy. You have to do it. You have to do it yourself, so that it will be easier for you to understand. Okay. Now what I did in the beginning. In the beginning, what I did, I told you a simple method. Instead of I take the axis as 45 degree, what I did, I took 40 plus 90 plus 50. It is 180. So that 50 I have taken. This 50 angle you draw one line. Okay, I have drawn one line. And after this, take this point C here and mark over here at this point, and this length you mark over here. I marked. Okay, after this, I wanted to locate these 2 points C and D. Very simple method is, take by a divider this length I mark here, and I mark here also. I mark here also. Okay, take this length AC. That will be equal to CA, both will be equal, and by taking this point, mark here, and by taking this point, you mark here, we'll get this. You feel easy to do this? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very simple it is. Very simple. And if you do by other method, it will be difficult. Please do this carefully. Take this length, take this point. First, let me mark it so that I'll not be. Take this length in your compass and mark this side. And similarly, from this also you mark it. The next, take this length, diagonal length, that will be equal to this length. Keep here, mark here. and keep here and mark here. We'll get this point. So you join these two and then this also. Already I know this length. You mark here and this will be the axis line, and if you extend it, it will be definitely 40 degree. Please do not write it as 50 here, because I wanted to show the axis inclination, not the base inclination. So like this, I have drawn this. Now let me show the axis line. Let me show this. And the same points I am going to show here. C1 dash, BD, that is B1 dash, D1 dash, O1 dash, and this will be B dash, D dash, O dash, and similarly this will be point C, C dash, and this will be point A dash, and this will be point A1 dash, A1 dash. Any problems are there? Please ask me up to here. Any problems are there? So initially what I did, I am going to show you this. Please look here carefully. Initially what I am doing, I am going to show you here. Initially I am going to keep this prism like this. I am going to keep the prism like this initially. Then after this, through this corner, I am going to lift it. Okay, through this corner I am going to lift it. You see it is 45 degree and I am going to lift it. Okay, this is how I am going to do it now. What I am going to do is this one. Okay.
Sir, Kishan is waiting, so he got disconnected. He is waiting for you to accept him, sir.
Okay, I am not this one I am not doing it. Slowly I am doing, try to understand. Slowly I am doing, try to understand. Now I am going to draw the top view of this. Top view of this when it is, we are looking to look from the top. Now you okay, now let me go to A. Please look here carefully, all of you. Someone is joining, let them join. I'll be explaining this, because explaining this it will be taking a lot of time. Okay, let me take point A. Be careful. I have projected A. I am going to project other A. Okay, I'll get a scale. It will become difficult to write. Please write yourself this particular portion. Please write it yourself. By using your pen and pencil, please write this much now in the beginning. Kindly all of you write at the same time while I am doing it. What I am doing is, I am going to write a line vertically down. So we are meeting at this point. This will be point A. Okay. And similarly, I am going to write a line from point B. From point B, I am going to write a line. Okay. And similarly, I am going to write a line from B also here. We'll be meeting at this point. We'll be meeting at this point. Okay, we'll be meeting at this point, and that will become point B. And similarly, the C, what I'm doing is I'm going to extend on the same line C, and extend this from here. This will form point C. Similarly, the D and the base D, this will be the D. This will be D. Okay. This is D. This is point D. And now what I am doing is, by using a thick line and thin line, we'll see them later. We'll see them later. How I am doing, please do it. By thin line, join it A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A, join it. Then after this, once again, you extend A from A. This is point A. And from B, this is point B. And please remember, this will become A1, B1, C1 and D1. It is a base. And I am talking about the top, it is A, B, and again this will be point C, this will be point C, and the D will be coming on this, this will be point D. Okay, this will be point D. So join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. Now please look here carefully. To make it dark, what I have to do is all the external lines you join them by thick line first. Make it as a habit of writing like this only. Join all the external lines by thick lines. All the outer or border lines I have joined them by thick line. And if you look from this end, A1 is nearer to the observer. The observer is looking from here and he is going to see. He is looking from this end. So A1 is nearer to the observer. That means A1 is near to the observer. This will be a thick line. This will be a thick line. And since it is A is a thick line, A1, definitely the two lines which are joining will be thick lines only. And this will be dotted. This will be dotted. This will be dotted. And you can write clearly A1, B1, C1, D1, and similarly A, B, C, and it is D. Up to here, any doubts are there? Please ask me. Up to here, any doubts are there? Please ask me. Please write it. Yourself, you write it. I'll go to the next position now. (40°). Okay. Now next position is the axis is appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to VP. The axis appears to be inclined at an angle of 45 degree to VP. Extend this. Now what I am doing is, they have not given us either the base is nearer to the observer or the top is nearer to the observer. They are not given. You can see here, whichever the way you want. If you want, you can make it your this and convenience. Here they have taken A, B, C, D, so that A1, B, B1, C, C1, and D, D1, and the observer standing here. So it is A1, and this is B, B1, and behind that D, D1, and in between you can write O1 also, okay, and C, C1. O1 actually you should write in bracket, or without bracket also you can write it, no problem, because the axis is imaginary. I cannot show it properly, okay. And next position is, I have taken 50 degree here because they have given 40 degree inclination. 40 plus 90, 130, and 50 will be equal to 180. So that 50 degree, at an angle of 50 degree, I have drawn this line. Then mark over this. Then take these lengths, mark here and here. Then take this diagonal length. By keeping here, mark here. By keeping here, you mark here. These two you can find. Okay, you'll find this and you can complete this. Then from A, the base A, this point. From B, the base point B. And from C and base point C, and B and base point D. And similarly, you extend from the top portion also, A to A, and B to B, C to C, D to D. Like this I have completed, and after this all the border lines you make them dark. Then observer standing here, so this is near to him, so you make it dark. Make it dark. Okay, once this is dark, then these two lines joining them will also be dark. You make them dark. Then this particular line CD will not be visible to him because it is away from the observer, and this will be dotted and this will be dotted. This is what I have completed. Okay, this is what I have completed, and here the line which will be joining will also be dotted. Okay, this much I have completed. Now next, let me draw a thin line. Make a marking here. Take a line at an angle of 45 degree. Please locate the point C here. Anywhere, you can keep anywhere. It is not necessarily, you can keep anywhere. This is point C and measure this length. Measure this length. I have marked this A and measure this length. Measure this length. Mark the point C. Measure this length. Mark over here. This is point A. Okay, this is point A1 and this is point C1. Then next, after this, measure this length. Mark here. Measure this length. Mark here. At 90 degree, draw this line. At 90 degree, draw this line. Okay. Then after this, from this point, mark this. All the markings I am going to do from that point. Okay. Then after this, I can join by a thick line. I can join it by a thick line. How? Look here carefully. But unfortunately, this is in the front only, that is not visible to you. And mark this point. Already this point is O1 and this point is O. And this point is O and this point is O1. Any doubts are there? Once again I have to do and show you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And this will be very simple. Try to adopt the same method. And how I am doing, at the same time all of you are keeping the compass and scale with you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please keep the scale and compass with you. I'll be giving you the time to do by yourself. Okay. Otherwise it will be difficult, I'm telling you. To pass also it will be difficult. Please carefully understand. Now what I'm doing is, I'm taking a line at an angle of 45 degree. I have taken a line at an angle of 45 degree. I am telling you very simple method. Mark the point C here and mark the point A here, A, and mark a point A to C, measure, mark over here C, it is C1, and measure this length C1 A1, that will be equal to CA. This I am going to mark here, it is A1. The first point here. The next, you measure this length, mark over here, and the same length, this is also same length. Here also I am going to making marking. Then at a 90 degree to this line, draw this thin line. Draw this thin line at 90 degree to this. At 90, it will be, when you measure, this will be 90 degree. Exactly, it should be 90 degree. Okay. When you measure, it should be exactly 90 degree. Okay. After this, take this length, mark over here, and the same marking I am going to do. All these will be equal length. This length and this length, this length and this length, all these are equal. Then after this, you are going to draw it by a thick line. How? Join these two. And join this. This will be point C. And join this. This will be point A. And this will be point O. And next, this will be dotted line. This will be C1. and this is dotted line, and this is point B, B1, and this point is D, it is D1, and join this. So this point is A1, already you know it, and this point will be O1. And after this, from A to A1, it will be a thick line, and from C to C1, it will be a dotted line. The dotted line is behind this, then only a part of the dotted line I can able to visualize. And you can write here also D, it is D, and this is point B. So A, B, C, D I have written, A1, B1, C1, D1 I have written, all these I have joined. Now I am ready to draw the next view. Okay, I think you can able to do this. Okay, now let me go to the next view. First, you have to be very careful while writing this. This particular portion and this particular portion is the base, and this particular portion and this particular portion is the top portion. So some people, what they do, top portion with the bottom and the top portion of this with the bottom they do, the whole entire figure will become wrong. So always care you have to take A1 to A1, B1 to B1, C1 to C1, like that the base portion you have to do. Okay, let me go to this. Okay, let me go to this. Okay, from A and from A. So this is point A1, bottom A and the bottom A, this is point A1. And similarly B, a thin line, and B. This will be point B. And similarly C, this one. And C, this will be point C1. And D is coming on this line itself. Project it. This will be point D1. So by thin line you just join them, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. You join them. Okay, I join them. Just thin lines. Then after this, go to top portion, top view, the top portion of this and top portion of this. So first you draw the line A. I have drawn this, and from here you draw this. This is point A, and B on this, and B is here. So this is point B, and C, this is point C, and this point C is here. This is C, and D, and D is on the same line, and D is on this line itself. This is point D. Okay, D. Now one small logic: A to A join, B to D you join, and B to B you join, and C to C you join, and A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A you join them. Okay, we have joined. Now please look at this. If you are standing here, if the observer is standing here, the observer is looking from this end. He is standing here, and which is near to the observer? Please look. And now we just blindly, if you go here, the B is nearer to the observer, very near to the observer is B. Okay. Now before that, what I do is I wanted to show thick and thin lines, so that I am telling you this procedure. Before that, what you do, all the outer lines you join them. All the outer lines you join them, and do not worry about all those. Join all the outer lines. Okay, I have joined all the outer lines. Now, if you look, the observer is here. This line BB is nearer to the observer. This line BB is nearer to the observer. What you can do is, the line BB, and another two more lines which will be connecting this BB will be thick, and definitely other side it will be thin line. Other one will be thin line. This will be thin line. This will be thin line. So hold together, how it will be visible, I will be showing you. It will be visible like this. It will be visibility like this. And another one thing also you should have to do, O and O. O and O. This will be point O. O1. And from the top O and this O. This will be point O. Okay. O and O1 also you have to show. O1 and O. And this also has been joined. This will be the axis length. This will be the final front view. And this is final top view. Final top view. And now what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you. Okay, this I'll be showing it to you. I'll be showing it to you by using our regular methods. By using our regular method, I'll be showing it to you now. Be careful and try to look at this, what I'm going to do. Now, page setup, A4 size sheet, and come to this. Now here, the constructional features, what I'm going to use here, I'm going to discuss. Manual method I'm not going to discuss here. Or if you want manual method also, parallel I'll be explaining you. A normal line, you take some suitable length, whatever the length, some 250 mm I have taken. Okay, 250 mm length I have taken, normal line. Now, the construction of the square. The construction of square is very simple for me, and one can go to this square 35, 45 degree. Directly you can get it. Okay, one way. Or if you don't want to use it, what you can do? Go to visible 35 tab 0, 35 tab 90 degree, 35 tab 180 degree, or okay 180 degree, then you join this. But unfortunately, it is not resting on one of its edges, it is resting on the corners. It is resting on the corners. What I am doing is just initially you have to make small arrangement, draw this diagonal, then you select this, say move, okay, select this. Next, rotate this, okay, rotate this through this point, this diagonal have to be here. Once again, I have constructed this, go to rotate, select this. I don't want to keep the original figure, okay, I want to rotate the original figure itself. Rotate, take this as a point of rotation. Any point on this has to coincide with this. I have taken this, okay. You can see, you can keep any convenient distance and keep here, okay. You can take a convenient distance and keep anywhere on this, okay. You have kept. Next, I want the axis height to be at a height of 60 mm. So before that, you project the lines. Okay, I have projected the lines. Some length you take, some length. Next, draw the lines from all sides. From here, I have drawn these lines. If the line is little extended to be, you can extend. If you don't want, you can trim also. And I want a line from here at a height of 60 mm, 60 tab 90 degree. I have drawn this line, okay. And the same line, copy from this point to here. I have not copied properly. See, you have to copy carefully. You have to do it. Move from this end to end of this and end of this. Next, draw this line. Draw the line here also from end of this one to end of this one. Now, hold Control and select all this. Make it visible. Now, that portion of the work is over. Now, let me write A1, A in bracket A1, and this is B in bracket B1, and this is C in bracket C1, similarly this will be point D in bracket D1. Now you can see here already I have drawn the line. If you want, you can draw the other line also. Not visible, it is normal line to show the axis point. Now here you can write it is O in bracket O. Okay, O in bracket O. Now let me look from this end and write this will be A1. Okay, A1. So this is A, and this will be A1. And again it is B1 and D1. So in what I am doing is, first I am going to write B dash, and in bracket I am going to write D dash. I am going to write, okay, and here also I am going to write B1 dash in bracket D1 dash. B1 dash, okay, and this is C and C. This is C dash, and this will be C1 dash. And here if you write O dash, and you can write here O1 dash. And I not taken O. This I have written 0, I think. Let me write it as O. Okay, O dash. And you can keep them neatly. You can keep them so aesthetically it looks nice. While writing itself, you can keep it properly. Okay, we have written this. Next, I have to write a line at an angle of 50 degree here. Okay, at an angle of 50 degree I am going to write. Okay, 50 degree. So 50 degree in the sense you can see here it is 180 minus 50, 180 minus 50, 130. At an angle of 130 you have to write this line. Okay, at an angle of 130 you have to write this line tab 130 degree. Okay, some length you have taken and this will be 130 degree. You can see this, and if you measure this angle, definitely this angle will be 50 degree. 50 degree. But I don't want to show this 50 degree. I want to show the inclination to the axis. I don't want to do it. Now what I'm doing is select whole thing, and before that please make it as compul. Always you write the dimensioning in the beginning only, because you will be forgetting it. Finally, whatever the marks you have to get for the dimension, you will not get it. This is 60, and you can take power dimensioning also. Okay, and here I told you something. You click onto this, and here you come select a tool. Here you can write square. And okay, apply, you say, close. Okay, this length I have taken 35 mm square and height is 60. These are the initial dimensioning. You need to do it. You need to do them. And the initial important thing is that you have to write HVVP and all these XY. Okay, so X initially you take, this is X, and this is vertical plane, and this will be the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane. Keep that neatly. Okay. The initial positioning is over. And initial positioning, instead of resting on the corner, if you have taken resting on one of its base edge, the whole problem will become wrong. Especially in projection of solids, you can see that the manual sketch as well as this sketch, it takes a lot of time. And for unnecessarily with the wrong initial positioning, if you continue the problem, the entire problem will become wrong and you will not get the marks. Try to be very, very careful in the beginning. Okay. So now I have taken this. Now select all these, excluding the dimensioning. I don't want dimensioning. You say move. I have planned to take this C at this point, okay, and enter and rotate. I don't want to keep the figure, original figure. Take this as a point of rotation. Any point on this must be on this, okay. And after this, you can remove this line, okay. This is the position. Next, let me concentrate on the bottom portion of it. Bottom portion of it. Let me draw the line. Let me draw the line from all these A, B, C, and D again on the same line. Okay. And now you draw one reference line and you can extend it. Extend that. Okay. Now let me write horizontal line. Okay. I am going to write horizontal line from A, from B, from C on the same line, from D. Okay. Now you see here from A, this is the intersection. Is it possible you can able to identify the different colored lines? A to A, this is point A. So what I am doing is I am going to remove this portion. This will be point A. This will be point A. Okay. And similarly from B and B, this is point B. So let me remove this portion. And C and C, the C and C. Okay. So this is the intersection of this point, and let me remove this portion. This is C. And D on the same line. You can see that D and D are here. I don't want to remove this portion. Okay. Because if I remove, other point will be not visible, so that I leave as it is. So let me write these points now again. These are A, B, C, D. 1 1 indicates these are the base of the prism. Unless you do a homework, you cannot do this problem. Please try to do by rough sketch at your home and do it and see. Any problems you can ask me. Okay, let me write. Join them: A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. By thin line I have joined. Let me see later. Okay. Next one, I'll tell you the easiest way also. Other one, in the beginning I don't want to say, otherwise you will not do it properly. So that. Now, let me draw other line. From A, B, C, all these. Okay. From A, from B, from C and D. Okay. Let me draw all these lines. Let me extend them. Okay, see, from A, it has to come up to here. It has come up to here. This point A. Let me write it as point A. I have written it as here. And B from this line and from this line. I am going to extend it up to B. Okay, I have extended. This is point B. So let me write it as point B. Then we'll keep locating them later, next, no problem. From C and from C, this is line. Okay, this portion I am going to remove it. This is C. And similarly from D to D, you can see here, it is this point. Now I am going to remove this. This is point D. Okay, A, B, C, D. Now, let me keep them neatly. A, B, C, D. D. Now, join them A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A, A to A. Okay. Now, this particular portion, see here, I want to segment this, and if you want, you can delete that, trim this and do once again. Okay, you can trim this and do once again, or you can divide it. That also possible. Okay. Now all these become independent. This line, okay, this line is not independent. This line is not independent. Okay, no problem. Now, as I told you in the beginning, all these outer lines you make them thick first, because the thick and thin line, it makes a lot of difference. Okay, all these outer lines I am going to convert them into visible first. Step by step you do it. Now please look here, the observer looks from the top. A1 is nearer to the observer. So that what I am doing is, A1 I wanted to make it as a thick line. I wanted to make it as a thick line, A1. Since A1 is thick line, the remaining these two lines which are joining these 2 points will be visible. Visible. Okay, very good. Next, the portion from here to here should be, that means C to C will be dotted. But here it is coinciding behind this. I don't want to take it. This portion only I am going to make it dotted. This portion only I want to make it dotted. So you take this, the dotted or hidden line, hidden, and these two lines should be hidden lines again. These lines should be hidden lines. Okay, and the axis line is in between them. I cannot able to find it out here. Just I will be writing this particular point is O1 and this particular point is O. So these are the axis points. axis points I have written. So this is one portion, it is completed. Now next, you see, if you are not using properly, sometimes the figure will be going outside. Figure will be going outside. You have to be very, very careful. Now what I am doing is hold control A, you say, and if you want, you can slightly move the whole object. You can slightly move the whole object, and this also, if you want to move, that also you can do it. Okay, you say move some length. Okay, some length I am going to move it. Okay, I have moved. Now you have a lot of space here to do the work. You have a lot of space to do the work. You can do it. Now it is inclined at angle of 40 degree. They are given us. It is inclined at angle of 40 degree. So normal. Take any suitable point here, 40 degree. That means how much? If it is this much, it should be 40 degree. 180 minus 40, 140. Okay, 140. So take suitable length. Okay, some 150 length I am take minus 140. 140. And if you to get confirm yourself, you can measure the angle also. You can measure the angle and see that you measure the angle, it should be, what is the angle they have given us? 45 degree, right? 45 degree. So 45 degree means it should be 135 minus 135. Okay. You can measure this angle. You can see this, it will be 45 degree. It will be 45 degree. Then only it is correct. Okay. Now here immediately after completing this, what I have to do? Here take a line, okay, or you can extend this line. You can extend this line, and at this particular point you can break it. You can break this line. What? You can go to split. Go to split and click onto this at the intersection of this. Okay, this portion will be removed, and you can make it as a axis line, center line. This is become center line, and you can show the angle for this also. This will be 40 degree. I have shown this angle. Now next, it will be very simple for me to do this problem here. What you have to do? You select this whole portion. If anything is unselected, you can hold control and select it. Okay, I have selected all this. Now say move. I want to copy it. Okay, actually they have given us the axis is coinciding with this. Axis is coinciding with this. So what you have to do? You take this point, locate anywhere on this. Locate, enter, go to rotation. Take this as a point of rotation. Any point on this has to be on this. Okay. Once again, I'll do this problem and show you. Select all these. Select all these. Go to move. Take this point of motion or movement and locate on the axis. Or one can take this also, no problem. And enter. Go to rotation. Take this point of rotation. Any point on this has to be on this. Okay, but be careful while you are drawing, nothing should cross this XY line. So that what I am doing is select all this, and keep slightly down somewhere. Okay, I kept this. Okay, I kept this. Now here, anything is missing, you can just look into this. So here, it is coinciding. It is coinciding with this line, and one can even do one thing. And okay, you can convert this into, you can even remove this, you can convert into dotted line, you can convert this into dotted hidden line. Okay, and you can take one reference line, normal, and draw from here to here. It will be indicating the position of point O. Okay, position of point O. And here also you can take one point and it will be indicating the position of point O. This is O. Now let me concentrate on this. I told you very carefully how to do this. Base portion of this is base portion, this is top portion, this is top portion. How to do? Go to a line. Let me take a line. One line I am going to take. Line, you select one line you take. Locate at point A and select a point, one line. Draw it from A. Okay, and this is point A. This portion I am going to trim it. I don't want to confuse you in the beginning. So this will be point A. And the point B, from B here I am going to take, and again from B I am going to draw the line. I have drawn the line and we will be meeting at this point, and this will be point B. This will be point B. This will be point B. So immediately after this, if you want, you can write also B1, B dash, and this will be A dash. And now let me come to point C. The C is on this. Okay, C is on this from C. So this is point C. This is point C. Immediately write the point C, C dash. Okay, and similarly D, from D I am going to draw the line. From D I am going to draw the line, and from D also you are going to draw the line. It will be at this point. You can see that B and D are on the same line. So this portion I am going to delete it. This will be point D. This will be point D. Dash. Okay, now let me join by normal line. Don't join by this one, the thick line in the beginning, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. I join this. Okay, is the shortcut method I don't say in the beginning. If I show, you will not learn this, so that I am not going to tell you the shortcut method. Now let me concentrate on the top portion of it. So let me draw a line, vertical line. Okay, let me take a line from A. From A, okay, and draw the line from A. I am going to draw the line from A. So we are meeting at this point, the point of intersection here, and remove this. This will be point A. This will be point A. And again point B. Okay, I am going to write a line from B. So this is B. And again write a line from B here. Okay, from A or from B you write. And this is the intersection. This will be the point B. Okay, this will be the point B. B1 dash. Okay, and here B1 dash. And this will be A1 dash. A1 dash. Now A or B or C. From C, again take a line from C. From C. Okay, from C and C. This is the intersection. So this will be point C. Let me write it as C1 dash. Okay, and again from D, T, A, B, C, D. D here. D, and from D, it is on the same line A, in the same line B, so that I can write it as D dash. So like this, I have completed this also. Okay. Now let me chant it by lines A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, and A. Okay. Next, blindly I told you, join A to A, B to B, C to C like this. Okay, now A to A to B, A to A. Okay, and B to B, you copy this, B to B, C to C, D to D. Okay, I join this. Now, as I told you by definition, very simple way, all the outer lines you make them thick in the beginning, first step. First step, you make them all thick, visible. Next, after this, I told you another one thing. You, just like a blind man, you are going to slide your hand from this end. You will be getting this point B in the beginning. The point B base, this will be touching. Just if I am going to slide my hand, please look here. I am going to slide my fingers. I will be touching this first B. So that means to say that B is visible to this observer. The point B is visible to the observer. That means to say this point B, that means to say all these lines which are joining this point B will be visible to him. Visible to him. Okay? And remaining other 2-3 corners, these will not be visible. So this will be hidden line. Hidden. This is how we have to do this problem. The next, the important thing is to show the axis line. To show the axis line, let me take one line. Okay? Keep it from this intersection, from here also. Okay, and we are meeting this here at this point. So we are meeting at this point here and here also. Okay, here O and O and O and O. This will be the where it is meeting these 2 points. So these we are going to write them as O1 dash and this will be O dash. O dash. O dash. And now take the center line from here to here. And this will be the axis line. Okay, axis line or center line. This completes our problem. And another one small thing I have to do here. Here you have to write the angle. Write the angle here. So go to the angle. Okay, go to the angle from here to here. It is 45 degree. And here you have to write y this end. This end you have to write y. Write y. Other side you have to write x. It should not cross the line. Whole figure you move it. Okay, move. It should be within this only. Okay, it is within this only. And this is problem number 2, page number 109. Problem number 2, page number 109.